The shelter. I think it was every Friday. In any case, it was once a week, and we'd have loads of food. The table was laid, and everybody ate together. It was really nice. That was the best. It's what I remember the most, actually.
Well, I guess it was kind of strange for me. The move, leaving my house and coming to a new place that I really didn't know. I'm pretty sure I was 5, at least I think.
No, you were 6.
Yeah, 6.
Because when I was 4, you were 6.
Yeah, that's right.
Everyone who knows you're 2 years older than me knows that. Come on.
A shelter is a place for families who might be having a hard time or trouble at their home, who might possibly need a break from their everyday life, from either other family members or something else entirely different altogether.
Well, it was like there was trouble at the house, and then the police came over, and they suggested we stay overnight at the crisis center. So we were driven over to the shelter. It was in the middle of the night, and I didn't really want to go, you know? To be honest, I would have rather stayed home. I mean, everything might have sorted itself out the next day.
Well, the most important thing for me when we were at the shelter was to relax. That's because we were very nervous and didn't really know what was going to happen. So
well, to start with, we were just so happy to have gotten as much distance between us and where we were that night. And eventually, at least for me, I began to feel much safer than I'd ever have before in my life, and that we were being taken care of. And even though we only had one room for all of us, it was more than enough space, really.
I remember one evening I came home from swimming and my mom said she needed to talk to me. She said that we would be moving to another place. And then she said that I probably shouldn't tell anyone about what she told me. That I should just go upstairs to my room and pack up some clothes, but only take the most important things. So I went up, I packed my things, and of course my teddy, and then told my mom I was ready. Yeah.
I think, we played with some of the toys they had at the shelter. At least the ones we were allowed to use. They had some cool toys. I liked them.
Yeah, there were some toy horses and jigsaw puzzles and stuff.
And then I remember looking into another room where someone had a shiny blue drum kit. I really wanted to play with it.
Well, all of this happened while I was at school. I was in high school, and my mother called me. I was in class. She called me on the phone, and she told me that I shouldn't go home because something had happened with my father. I didn't exactly know how to feel about it when I found out we were going to be moving away. It made me feel confused and almost like I was being abandoned. And I just couldn't believe my family was falling apart.
Life changed a bit, but not really very much. I mostly just did as I'd done at home. What I remember most is that there were other people there too, that we actually lived with other people. We had to share things, and in a way, we became kinder than we'd been at home.
Actually, there weren't really any restrictions. While I lived there, I did all the things I usually did back home, you know? I went to school, I came home, went to the gym, and whatever else I wanted. I sat at my computer, or I went to see my friends.
It was a lot of fun to be there.
Hey, don't touch that. Give it back.
But it did make me a little sad knowing that we had to live so far away from our old house, back when we used to live with our dad.
Can I go and get something I really want to do, please?
I really miss my dad.
We talked to him on the phone and stuff, and then we got to meet him in town. We were able to do things together or whatever. Sometimes he would drive me to training or something. I think I felt a bit sorry for him, having to live alone because he hadn't known we were moving away. So I think it's a bit of a shame for my dad.
Well, at the beginning, I honestly thought it was my fault. I thought that maybe I might have done something that I didn't actually do. A lot of things make you think it's your fault, but at the shelter, you eventually come to understand that it isn't your fault.
No, eventually Mom found a place to live. Of course, we were really happy, but also sad to leave all the people who had helped us out. We weren't meant to live there forever. It was only temporary, and as a temporary place, it was very, very good.
I think that life is a little bit better now. Things are a little bit different at home. I mean, life's a little bit different. Everything's changed a bit for us. And I think somehow that's made it better.
I think it's really good being here because you feel supported. You know that the people working here will try to help with anything and with any problem you might be experiencing. They're nice, so that's good.